This Valentine's Day, celebrate the one you love the most with Hallmark cards at Walgreens. Valentine's Day is the best time to send your favorite person a reminder of just how much they mean to you. A Hallmark card is a super simple and beautiful way to say how grateful you are for the love you two share. Don't forget, Valentine's Day is Saturday, February 14th. Visit Walgreens today to find a Hallmark card that shows just how much you love them. Because love lives here.
Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
Welcome to Short Shifts. I'm Jeffrey J. Vecchio. My co-pilot on this Magic Carpet ride is the Christopher Ryan Topher Scott. Christopher Ryan Topher. Would I say Christopher Topher Ryan? Yeah. Okay. Well, Christopher Topher. You guys know who I'm talking about.
Let's go.
He's a little guy. We only got 10 minutes. Now we have 9 minutes and 41 seconds. Toph, tonight's topic. I wanted to think about something outside the box. I wanted to talk about how you tie your skates. You and just like everybody. Yeah. I wanted to get technical with this. Talked to a lot of skating coaches, all right, and I've heard their opinions over the last couple of years. I talked to my guys about this in the locker room. I was always a guy looking around. I know you didn't care as much, but I'm a guy always looking around like, oh, you're doing it that way? Well, if that way's better than mine, I want to try it. Not in a way where I wasn't confident in my own, but I was always like, is that a better, does that knob on a stick feel better in my hand the way, that guy's a good shooter? Maybe I'll try that out in practice or something. I'm always tinkering. But I do think that there's a lot of advantage and disadvantages you can have in the way you tie your skates. So wanted to hear your thoughts on that. Have you ever talked to skating coaches about that and what you see around the locker rooms?
Very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm the wrong person to ask this. I'll have a kind of an opinion, but I'll let you go with this. If you've talked to like more people, the one thing that's much different from like when we were growing up versus kind of like the kids today is I feel like the ankles. Like I feel like when we were growing up, it was like make your ankles as tight as possible. Like roll like an entire roll of tape around your ankles. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you take the tape and literally it's like
my dad
like
did that 100%.
20 times around your ankles. You had no movement in your ankle, no ankle flexion. Where I think today, and even the way skates are made, like they're putting a lot more room for that ankle flexion. Like when we were growing up skating, nobody ever talked about ankles. Ever. No. Today they talk about ankles a lot. And so that would be kind of like my only, the other thing is like, I guess we could talk about tongues in or tongues out.
Yeah. Dude, that's everything I meant. Yeah.
Okay. So so I was never a tongues in fan. I was always I've never been a tongues out fan. I always had my shin pad over my tongue rather than having my shin pad inside my tongue. And that's just a feel, that's just a fit for, everybody else. I don't know if there's any, honestly, like pro or con to having it in or having it out, but I always had my shin pad over my tongue.
And then as far as like how you tied your skates, did you tie them tight? Did you tie them evenly tight throughout? Did you tie the top hole? Did you not tie the top hole?
I always tied the top hole.
Or did you have like some give to it?
I always, for me, it was just be comfortable. Like it didn't have to be super tight. I hated super loose, I guess. I never wanted it to be super loose because then I always felt like I didn't have balance. But
so you're kind of in the middle there. Like
I just for me, it was just, it was just be comfortable. Just be comfortable. So it was like snug, if that makes any sense. I always went up to the top eyelet. I never left an eyelet out. I always felt like there was way too much ankle flexion if I didn't go up to the top eyelet, and I didn't feel like I had really good balance if I did that. So for me, it was just kind of simple. Tie it to what feels right, not too tight, not too loose. Tie it to the top eyelet, put my shin pad over my tongue, and put the back of your sock inside the skate. Don't keep it outside the skate. That's more of a style thing. I don't think that has anything to do with and then like I used to tie or I used to tape like the bottom of my shin pad around my skate. That's what we always used to do. But now nobody does that anymore.
You tape the bottom of your shin pad around your skate? You did? I didn't know. I always thought you had loose bottom of your shin pad.
Some people did. I did until I got to like higher levels of hockey, and then I kind of stopped doing that. But like as a kid, we kind of did, because again, like we were kind of taught like keep your ankle like really stiff inside the boot. And now it's kind of the opposite, where they want the ankle to breathe a little bit.
Yeah.
Very interesting question.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Man, I love anything to do with like gear and like.
See, I'm the exact opposite.
Yes.
I'm the exact opposite. But I do feel like, particularly when it came to sticks, that hindered me a little bit. I was always just like, yeah, just give me whatever stick. I like curves was important to me, but like flex and all the other stuff
model,
that they talk about now, it was like whatever.
Yeah.
But now you actually figure out that stuff's really important.
Really important. If you nerd out on this stuff, you can get a couple more extra miles out of those tires. And you know what I'm saying?
I would have scored, honestly, I would have scored a lot more goals had I put more thought into the stick that I was using. I was using 100 flex synergy stick
and cutting it down.
And cutting it down like half. So for like me at 5'4", using 100 flex stick is like a 190.
Dude.
And so I had a terrible shot. Like people always made fun of me for like having a muffin. And like, it wasn't me, it was the damn stick. I had no whip on my stick.
Dude, I'm literally like in my head right now watching how you shoot the puck, like when we were younger, you know, like college and stuff. And I'm like, holy crap, the way you shoot the puck makes so much sense that you were using 100. So now, I know this is off topic, but we still got 4 minutes. Now, when you use the new technology sticks, do you shoot differently? Do you lean into it? Is your shot harder?
Oh, totally. 100%. You have to, because if you go from 100 flex to a 65, you have to shoot differently. Your mechanics are all different.
Yeah.
So anyways, cool. But this is about tying your skates. You brought it up, and you have talked to a bunch of people and are much more knowledgeable and tinker with this stuff more than me. So we got about 3.5 minutes. What's your thoughts?
Well, I like this topic. I thought of it because I think it can help multiple people. We've all seen the kids who are on the ice when they're young and their parents have not tied their skates tight enough, or the kid can't tie their skates tight enough. Guys, this does matter. At least having the skate like fit properly and tighten properly, it does make a difference. Just from a strictly like mechanical standpoint, if your skates aren't on like tight, you can't drive as much power through your foot through the skate into the ice because your joints don't line up. So if they're like Bambi and super loose, that's bad. When I was younger, I tied mine super tight, way too tight looking back now. I wish that starting younger, I would have tied my skates a little bit looser. Throughout my whole career, I went all the way up to the top hole until like my last 3 years of pro. One of my teammates taught me to go. So on the third eyelet down, I would skip the second highest eyelet, go to the top eyelet, outside in. So from the very top, dude.
I know a lot of people do that.
I bet you would love it if you got used to it, because I, like you, tried going without the top eyelet at all, and I felt floppy. I felt way too much. I do think that maybe that might be the play if you start when you're young, because you can change direction.
So you skip quicker. You skip the second eyelet.
So, but because I wasn't comfortable doing that, because I had never done it my whole career, I started skipping the second, and then I would go outside in on the top eyelet because it just keeps it tight. My skates would always come loose, undone. Come so fast. So, and it allows you more flexion of that ankle, dorsiflexion of that ankle, where you can get deeper into your stride without feeling the wobbly shakiness of not doing the top.
I'll have to try
hole.
that the next time.
Yeah, it'll be goofy. But like, here's the other thing too, guys. If you tinker with your skates or anything, you've got to skate with that style for like 3 to 5 skates. It's going to feel weird the first time. It's going to feel a little bit less weird the second time. But you've got to try these things multiple times. There were times where I did tape my shin pad to the tendon guard, but very lightly, because I felt like that gave me a little stability in longer ranges of motion. But I had the top hole, like I said, or the second hole undone, which gave me more shifting forward to drive more power through my stride. So For me, guys, this is just something that like, it's something you can think about. If you've never tried it, try it. See how you feel different ways. Just because you've been doing it this way for the last couple of years doesn't mean that's the best way. Doesn't mean it's the worst way. Also, a big piece of this comes down to personal comfortability, like Toph said.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a one size fits all thing, guys.
Definitely
like you got to
not.
be comfortable with what you do. And maybe we can get like a little YouTube tutorial from Vechs.
Yeah, dude, I will. I'll do it.
Video.
I'll do it for the old YouTube because I've talked to a ton of skating coaches about this and asking them, what are your thoughts on this? Where should guys be? How should they be doing it? And almost all of them are no top hole. Almost all of them.
Really?
Yeah, almost all of them. Just because you get more ankle, you can get that knee over the toe, which allows you to drive more power. We only got 10 seconds left here, guys. I would love to hear what you guys are saying on the YouTube video. Go to our YouTube and let us know what you do. And maybe we'll try some different styles for a YouTube video here. That's all we got. Time for today. Share the show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.